All right, what is going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the channel. If you're watching this on the replay, appreciate you being here. Let me go ahead and just make sure we are good to go with volume. Oh, that's not what I meant. All right, there we go. Beautiful. All right, so we are on to the legendary summoners next. This is great. I have not even played with Carnage Titan yet, so I can't really comment on him. I'm gonna have to get my my deck back. I'll probably call it back a little bit earlier this season, just to try and make that grind happen. So, so where are we at with this? Let's see. I'm curious to see what the Carnage Titan price is looking like right now. Ooh, top 4 still. But the gold foil, wow, why does it say 0 gold foil in circulation? That's odd. Oh, they both say 0 in circulation. That looks like it needs to be addressed. Ice Ninja Pro, what's going on? Hello, hello. So we've fallen right into the average already, which is good. This is kind of where I saw it happening, or kind of where I saw Carnage Titan in between Jin Moirat and Zyvax Vul. I'm curious to see though, for people who have been playing with him, is he OP? Is he as good as advertised, or is he a little bit of a letdown? Enjoying my stream as your Spotify. Nice. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you are here. So right now, and let's see, how much am I earning from? Getting about 520 DEC a day. Oh, I should be getting more than that. What's going on? I mean, some things aren't renting. Or maybe this is just... Oh no, we're back up at 571. Pretty good. Gia, what's going on? Hello. All right, so how has the Carnage Titan Carnage been? Are people dominating with him? Taking a look here. Okay, we're at 13 bucks now as the floor price. Oh man, if this ends up going up a lot, I'll be a little disappointed in myself. Also, due to the fact that I have a gold foil one, part of me is like, maybe I should just go in and grab 3 more. But I don't know that I'm going to use this card often. Like, I only want to buy gold foil of cards that I know I'm going to use all the time. Damn, Queen Mycelia, gold foil at $336. I mean, hey, I use her all the time, so that makes sense. You know who I wish I got in gold foil? Dr. Blight. My goodness. I use that guy pretty much every game at this point. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Where are the rewards sitting at? 63 cents. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. So, from a power perspective, there's still a long way to go. Because I'm probably just going to rent out Carnage, the gold foil Carnage Titan. All right, let's see if we can play some bronze with oh my gosh. No, we're going to get absolutely crushed here. What are the chances we go up against the llama? Nah, I don't think we'll go up against llama here. I don't have any cards. This is just a starter deck that I'm playing with. ba-dum, 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 bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. All right, let's see how badly we get murdered. I already sold my legendary gold foil corpse fiend and acquired a legendary gold foil Uriel. Ooh, good thinking, Gia. You never know. I mean, I'm curious to see how the price of it'll be interesting to see how the price of life cards adjusts to the gold foil summoner. Sorry, not gold foil summoner, the legendary summoner. Let's withdraw these. So we've been earning some good star bits with the millionaire card, and star bits price has actually been quite good lately. We're at the 0.00029. But everything's kind of up today. It's a green day for the markets. Bitcoin like popped, hit 43 last night. Just trying to get back there now. Ethereum's up to 3K. So where is it? Oh, even Cardano's up 20%. Solana, Avalanche. Terra's kind of sitting still, but Terra had its run already. So where does that leave SPS? Let's see if we can find. All right, well, we're back above 10 cents. So that's good. Okay, across all markets too. That's good to see. But it's hard to say that we haven't decoupled from the rest of the market, because this is just not what we want to see. All right. We did go up against Llama. Should have seen that one coming. Oh my gosh, look at this. They're stacked. All right, well, there's no need for us to watch this. 8 days. Okay, so I'm trying to think of when would I bring in my deck. Probably not until the weekend. Today's what, Tuesday? Yeah, so we'll do like Tuesday or something. Where are summoner prices right now? Okay, we're back down to 225. I kind of want to scoop these guys up. Shoot, yeah, you know what? Let's go see if. Oops. How many do we have? I just want single BCX. Boom, boom. Done. Oh, even GameStop is up? All right, so here's how we're going to try and make a quick flip on this, because I'm not as interested in. I mean, I'm not interested in like acquiring Sloan right now. So part of me is just like trying to get it so I can get in on the Peak Monsters thing. Okay, let's go 4% fee, so we save a little bit, and then we just 2.35. Now, the reason that I do it is that way is because I bought them for 2.25, so with a 4% fee, so 0.96, as long as I sell them for more than 2.34, I will break even from a dollar perspective. I don't know about it from a DEC perspective, but we're talking pennies here, so it's not like the end of the world. So essentially, that is the flip, right? Now, did I get to tier 3? Yes, I made it to tier 3, just barely. I'm at $51 now. Woohoo! So actually, I want to see. Let's go to that PKM thing. PKM. You know what? It was like in PKM. Oh, it's listed there. There we go. Gia, how's that legendary, or how's Uriel working out for you? I'm a big fan of Uriel, actually. Okay. So the airdrop for this is going to come out tomorrow, it looks like. Start large transaction bonus airdrops. The big airdrop for the last 52 weeks. That's cool. But how much can you expect? They had a table here and I'm trying to find it. JB's asking, will PKM just show up on Hive? Yeah, I mean, it's already there, I believe. It's already live. Here you go. 2 cents. Whoa, that's higher. 2.5 cents. That's like 2.5x what everybody was expecting it to be at. I thought we were looking at it to be 2 cents or one penny. But here's the thing: people haven't gotten it airdropped yet. So as soon as people start getting it airdropped, massive sell-off. Gia, I just listed on rental. You're getting DEC. All right, well, that's probably a good way to do it. Furious Chicken, what up? Sup? You just got home from a 4-day vacation. I love it. How do we get our PKM tokens? It should just be it's probably just going to be airdropped to your Hive account. So at this point, for me, oh sweet, I just made it. I just made it to level 3. So I should get 15 on the big airdrop tomorrow, which is 30 cents. So it's like, you know, we're not looking at anything crazy here, but still, it's definitely something interesting. I wonder what the price of the token will be over time. I expect it to go back down to a penny. At least that's what they were anticipating it to be, even though it's trading higher right now. Marlon, hello, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder who's acquiring it. There's these are a lot of Mavs, a lot of whales in the game that I'm seeing. So it'll be interesting to see what kinds of opportunities there are and what kind of utility they can give to the token, because I'm actually, let me put it this way. I'm not bullish on the token price because I don't know how to I don't know how to evaluate something like this, just being honest with you guys. But I'm bullish and I'm excited about what this could potentially do, because to me this is like the start of this is the start of like how all rewards programs are going to be. It's like you can take some ownership in the rewards programs, and then like sell your share if you don't feel like actually participating in it. You know what I mean? But it's nice to have made it as high up as I did. So hopefully we can sell the cards that. Well, if we can do a quick flip, I'll be happy. Also, what's 2.25 divided by 0.5? 2.36. Okay. So right now for sale. All right. That's fair. Okay, so let's go back to Hive. I am so happy to see vouchers back up above $1. I don't know what the long-term prospect for this is, but there is. Oh, whoops! No. I don't want to sell. I don't even have to stop it. But with another promo card around the corner, I can definitely see some people are trying to load up on vouchers, either to make a flip or to get in on that. Gia, I'm just waiting for my legendary go flow to be more valuable so I can sell it already and already build my deck. Gia, how much are you getting in terms of, I mean, how much do you need to build a deck? Because keep in mind, if the price of Uriel goes up, the price of everything else is probably going to go up too. You know what I mean? Unless you're planning to buy packs, at which point the price of packs will stay the same the entire time. Butters, what's going on? How are you? Just doing a little market analysis here. We are oh so far away from the next airdrop. So let's, oh, you know what? Let's actually calculate that out. So how long is it going to take to do 1 million packs if we're doing 20,000 a day? 50 days. So we're looking at mid-May at this point for the Life Legendary Summoner. Now, what'll be interesting is if if Bitcoin decides to do something interesting, which it has been doing recently, that could push some more liquidity into the market, which would be very, very cool. And might have people take some risks. Get into, why is there no gaming here? Play to earn. See, what's interesting about all these other games here, like never mind. I have heard of all these games. Ooh, Jewel is back up above $5. Very cool. But man, it's just crazy to me how low on this list Splinterlands is. But you know what? It's just there's no demand for the token. Now done. What's going on? Hello, Will of D. How are you guys doing today? All right, so I just posted a video before going live. I'm assuming you guys haven't had a chance to watch it yet, which is fine. But I think we figured out. I think it was leaked the amount of active players. What do you guys think? If you had to throw out guesses for what the active players or the active player base is, not including bots, of course, where would you put us at? What number? And I'll reveal it to you in a moment. Now, keep in mind, verified by the blockchain, we do have roughly 400,000 players per day, active players per day, but that will include all accounts and bot accounts and all that fun stuff. Marlon, how's my Rising Star journey? It's going well. So I got the Millionaire card. I've been really happy with it. I've just been using that to continue building my deck. I have about 3,200 fans right now. So yeah, it's been going well. I'm enjoying Rising Star. I mean, I don't do anything with it, but it's nice to like earn and then just kind of put that all back into the game and level up. Now I'm like hyper focused on like building fans as quickly as possible and as cheaply as possible. Because of if you saw that video I posted maybe last week, like every 100 fans you get is roughly 2 additional starbits per mission, potential starbits per mission. So yeah, I don't know. I want to get like millions of fans. Who wouldn't want to get millions of fans? Okay, so I'm seeing some interesting numbers out there. 100K, 400K from Clevin, 50K from JB, 100K from Will of D. Okay, so here is the thing from the Mav chat last night, and I had flagged this because I'm like, whoa, did he just reveal some very interesting information? And then I'm glad somebody else spoke up. I wasn't gonna do it in the Mav chat. But I'm glad somebody else spoke up because then they started chatting about it a little bit more, and that number actually ended up coming down. So here it is. This right here. Fun fact from Cryptomancer. 37,450 accounts will have a chance of getting the airdrop, which means that only 37,450 accounts bought packs. Now, you tell me this, and this is what I was trying to get out of the other video. How many people here are playing the game and have not bought a single pack? Because I want to know what the percentage of people is. Because and you know, my assumption is that everybody who's playing has bought at least one pack just to get in, right? Just to get in on the potential for the airdrop. If that's the case, fine, you can leave like a 1, 2, maybe even a 5% drop off for that, right? Like, I think we're probably at about 30,000 accounts. Because keep in mind, there's going to be double accounts in here. I have 2 accounts that I've bought packs on. So JB, you've not bought packs? Okay, so good to know. So my assumption is incorrect then. Bro, I think other people are not buying directly from civilians, but they have packs. Interesting. Okay. Maybe even half have not bought any packs. But for real though, I don't know. Like I feel like people. I'm not like all you need to do is buy one pack, and if you buy one pack, then you're in, and you'd be counted under these accounts. But for example, and I'm sure many other folks who have multiple accounts, I've bought on both accounts due to the fact that I get there's the affiliate rewards. So that to me offsets the amount. Yeah, so to buy a pack for the airdrop, you buy it from the actual website, not from the secondary market. So IC Flow, I have 2 accounts I bought on. The real number of players are around 30K. It's been slowly increasing. The accounts with the 100 to 1,000 has increased quite a bit since cast. Ooh, IC Flow, thank you for the data on that. Sorry, my eyes just like giving me problems. Where do you get that data? I'd be very curious to check that out. But see, IC Flow, I'm with you. I think that there's many people who've bought on multiple accounts just because they get the affiliate rewards for it. And Chinzilla, yes, this is for the airdrop. But yeah, for this first 2 months, I bought nothing. Maybe good to see this number getting closer to the end of pack sales. Well, here's the thing. You know, I was joking about us only having 30,000 players before, or 40,000 players. I mean, I was like half joking because I would look at the total accounts. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I would look at the total accounts on Peak Monsters, right? And I'm just like, okay, well, let's say we go extreme and say that the game is filled with 90% bots, right? 90% bots. That would put us at about 39,000 daily active players. Well, now that doesn't seem so far off. Maybe we are at 90% bots, and I don't know how I feel about that just yet. Again, this is not me being anti-bots, but it's just like this number is just so overinflated. So again, I think this has led to way too much optimism. Let me put it that way. So all of the sentiment at the beginning, or when Chaos Legion launched, that Chaos Legion was going to sell out in minutes, right? And everybody was worried about it, and all these guilds were going to come in and buy it up. That didn't play out, obviously, and it's been a very slow bleed and slow burn since then for the last 2 months. And now I feel like this is the first time we're getting data on the amount of actual players that, or at least in recent history, we've gotten the amount of accounts that have bought packs, and that just leads me to believe that we're nowhere near this number, right? Like, before this, if I was like realistically looking at it, I would have said, okay, maybe like 50% bots sounds about right. But now, like, I actually feel comfortable saying that this game is probably 90% bots, which isn't great. But the good news is, in the past year, Splinterlands has actually done a 10x, because there was like what, 3,000 to 5,000 players before or during Untamed. So the number has been slowly growing. All right, so Marlon, here in the Philippines, a lot of people buy packs player to player. I've bought some of mine from other players. It's more convenient. Okay, that's fair. Shopboy, hello, welcome to the stream, Shopboy. I don't think we've chatted before. It's good to have you here. JB, if I wanted packs, I buy on secondary markets. If you need 500 plus packs to guarantee airdrop, right? So JB, I don't disagree with you. I just, to me, I'm like, okay, if I just felt like maybe if you were buying packs, you would at least buy one from the store just to be like, okay, I'm at least entered in. But I could be wrong, and I appreciate you guys letting me know. So ICFlow in the SL Discord, go to smvoter_hut and type in value. Oh, okay. Let's go do that now. All right, I know that there it is, SM Voters Hut. So we do player decks grouped by value. Ooh, it'd be great if somebody was tracking this over time. So you're saying that, so ICFlow, you're saying that 100 to 1,000 has increased quite a bit since Chaos. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Accounts that have like $100 to $1,000. Like, if an account has 100, well, I'm trying to figure out like where would the total, like where would you know that there's no bots? You know what I mean? Like, obviously anybody that has like $1 million worth of cards, even $100,000 worth of cards, like, yeah, people might have them like switched off between accounts, but they're not going to have like hundreds of bot accounts running in. Like, of these 297 that have 100K, I would imagine that the amount of players running those accounts is not very far off from 297, and maybe even for 1900. Like, it's just how many bots can I run if I have like accounts that have 10K of value in each of them? Like, that's just not scalable for bots. So yeah, maybe in the $100 range to 100K. What's that? 100 to 1K. This is where we start to see that breakdown. I believe Aggie spelled wrong. What up, Target? The owner said, oh, no, I think you spelled it right. There should be enough seal packs to last a year to have cheap cards for new players. Yeah, no, I'm actually okay with the amount of Chaos Legion cards that are out. Like, I think that they did fine on the packs. I'm not one of those people that are just like, oh, they should burn packs, or that they shouldn't, you know, they made too many. I think for the sustainability of growth that they have planned, bull or bear market, there needed to be a lot of packs. So everybody waiting for packs to sell out so that this thing will go to the moon, like, that's not what they intended. Like this thing is not going to go to the moon tomorrow because we all want it to. You know, card prices will go up in value as cards become more scarce. And that happens on not a weekly, not even a monthly timeline. It happens on a yearly timeline, right? So they want this thing to sell out in a year at the rate that it's going. It looks like it'll sell out in a year. And then after that, the cards become more scarce. Hey-yo, what's going on? Faded Glory. So, but buying packs with an airdrop chances seems like a waste for a new player. I think most content creators advise against it. I mean, I advise against it too. So I just figured I would at least buy one, right? If I was in that position where it's just like, okay, you know, if I can buy a pack for $3 off the secondary market, if I am buying packs, right? Or even if I'm just like new to the game, it's just like, why not buy a pack and see what happens? So that's why I figured most, not all, but a significant amount of players, new players, or all players, I should say, would have bought at least one pack, which would factor into that number. So Icy Flow saying we only need to double the players to sell out Chaos. So to what, 60K? I'm more curious on how we sustainably and organically make our way to 100K. Sorry, 300K. So how do we do another 10x from here? Because I think at 300,000 players, the amount of energy and just exposure the game will have at 300,000 players is obviously exponentially higher. But I mean, I'm not saying that I disagree with you. Obviously, if we get up to 60K players, that'd be great. If I bought one, I'd wind up angry every airdrop, JP. All right, that's fair. That's fair. Will of D, I think we can base the number of active players on the number of packs bought to split on us directly. I knew some people that buy around 20 per day from Hive Engine to sell to people also. Okay. I know these numbers look scary. Icy Flow, yeah, it's a little... It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. Just what the true number of real players and active players is. And I know that over the last, 2 months since Chaos Legion came out and nothing else has happened, I'm sure many players have fallen off too. Like the rewards just aren't there the way that they used to be. The hype isn't there the way that it used to be. So a lot of new players are just not interested anymore. Or not even new players, even less like players who've been around. Ben Holiday, what's going on? Yo. So Butters is saying this is good data, but it doesn't show us exactly how many bots. Could still be a lot of people waiting for Chaos Legion Closet to sell out. Oh, you mean close to sell out? At least that's how I felt about Dice, and then they sold out. Butters, I mean, I'm not trying to make any significant conclusions here. Actually, I guess I did. I guess 30K sounds about right to me. Or I wouldn't be surprised if that was the real number. But, you know, I'm open to hearing other perspectives as well, because 30K is a little... I mean, 30K is a lot less than I think anybody thought. Account with silver power onward on a fixed basis should be all the active accounts. Well, I'm sure some of the people running bot accounts can spare 15K power. I mean, there's people who have like millions of power. Keep in mind. I think they should state account instead of users. One user might have multiple accounts. Well, no, this is accounts. This isn't users. So I know it says users here, but it is actually accounts. Because there's no way for them to know, right? People can come in and set up an account and set up multiple accounts, and they would actually have no way of knowing. Our Faded Glory, I went and bought almost 200 plus rewards cards last night. They're just too cheap for the Pellicors. Nice. I mean, it's a good move. It's a good move. They are cheap. It's the best way to get power right now. Clevin, maybe if the price of the pack is $2 and increase the number of packs more than 15 million, I would love to buy more packs and build my deck cheaper. Well, they're not doing that. And unfortunately, it looks like pack prices are only going to go up in value. I mean, maybe when Rebellion comes out, if they'll reset, but you know, Rift Watchers is going to be double the amount, or not double. It's going to be an additional $1 per pack, so it's going to be $5. Crystal Smith is great. Nigel, what's going on? If we assume there's only 35 to 40,000 actual players, Balthasar bringing in 8,000 scholarships will be pretty significant. Yes. So Nigel, that's a great point. Now here's the thing. 8,000 scholarships. I look at 8,000 scholarships as bot accounts. I'm not trying to say anything negative about the scholars. I'm just saying that a lot of these players are, at least in the initial run, like they're not going to own their assets. Now, hopefully, they, in turn, take whatever value that they get from the game and then put it back in and start building their own accounts rather than just playing on those scholarship accounts, right? Because then we start to get real value and wealth being built on these smaller accounts. But Balthazar already bought their 250,000 packs, right? So they're done for now. I mean, yes, they could probably potentially buy more and will probably reinvest in the game. But no, you're right. You're right. It will be significant. But I think it's important to see and make sure that those players who come in and play those scholarship accounts actually decide to stick around and build accounts for themselves, right? Hopefully that's the goal. Most of the people joining are in investment or are in it for the investments. They buy packs on third party and hodl for resale with small profit. Maybe that 30K is correct for players who are really here to play on a daily basis. Well, I mean, we have 300,000, 400,000 active accounts, but it's hard to gather from there how many people are actually playing the game. I wouldn't be surprised at 30K also, but it's still a solid base. Nice point, Nigel. No, Butters, I'm not trying to say anything negative about the game. I still think that, because here, look at it this way. I think somebody said there's like 8,000, maybe like 6,000 to 8,000 players right before this thing boomed up last summer, and then another person was saying like 3,000 active players back when Untamed came out. So you know, if this thing is going to do a 10x every time you get a new expansion, or by the time the new expansion comes out, I don't know how sustainable that is, but you know, for us to go from 3K to 30K is great. Now, for us to go from 30K to 100K, 300K, that could take a little time, right? But I think all of the efforts that are being done right now with marketing, tournaments, promo cards, like I mean, even the Waka thing I think was great, right? Even if it was just a proof of concept, it's just like, okay, if you were, let's say the next what's that called, promo card gets exposed to somebody who's a fan of that athlete, and you know, so they start looking into the game and they come in and they see, oh whoa, they've also worked with, you know, Waka Flocka Flame. That's pretty cool, right? Like it's one of those things where it just adds a little bit more legitimacy to the game. And there might be some cross-pollination there where you get, you know, people who are fans of Waka Flocka who didn't necessarily hear about this, but now it's just like, oh, Waka Flocka and LeBron James have a card in the game. I don't think it's going to be LeBron James, but you know what I'm saying? Like whoever it ends up being, that'd be insane if they got LeBron on this. But I was just seeing something today about Naomi Osaka, tennis player, who is another athlete that like got into like to be a crypto ambassador. So I'm not saying that it's her. I'm just saying that like this thing is penetrating culture very quickly, and I love the fact that Splinterlands is going like headstrong at it. Like what? Granted, I'm not following what's happening in Axie or what are the other ones? I'm not following what's happening in Axie or Decentraland or Sandbox. I know that there's cool things happening there, but I just like the fact that Splinterlands is also like attacking this from a cultural standpoint too. Can we base on the number of Discord members? That'd be interesting, Billy. I don't think people would make bot Discord numbers. Is there a way to see how many people are in the Discord? Yeah, Billy, if you have those numbers, I'd be very curious to see. So Chinzilla saying actually they can try to narrow down because some of the players' name just added numbers behind. Yeah, that's true. Vilson, what's going on? But Chinzilla, even still, it's you're not going to catch all of them that way. Some people will make completely different names. Sabota's saying that's a good idea. Billy, compare that number to the ones Icy shared. 102,000 members now. Okay. Well, hey, maybe we put that as a top range, right? Because I don't think that I don't know who's making bots on Discord. Although I wouldn't be surprised if there are a ton of bots on Discord. Oh shoot! But aren't there all those bot accounts that always try to get you into like the newest, hottest project? I feel like I'm always getting stupid DMs about that. I wonder if Balthazar would pay me in DEC to use my Axes. I don't know, Faded Glory. You can ask him. Are you not using your Axes right now? Telegram has around 24K. All right, thanks, Chinzilla. All right, we're getting like all the data here. This is great. So we'll be able to maybe pinpoint a solid range. 102K members now. So low end, we have Telegram with 24K. High end, we have Discord with 102K. Very, very high end, we have daily active players at 400,000. But we know that's not the true number. So Butters is saying not necessarily everyone in Discord is an active player as well. But even if we said half of that, that would be over 50K. Yeah, so maybe, maybe a better range for new players, or not new players, but active players. Because here's the thing: how many people are in the Discord, but maybe not actively playing the game anymore, right? They just dropped off, or they took a break, or whatever the case is. Because look at how many. And I'm sorry, guys. I know I need to respond to many folks here, but like, I guess I'm not really in many that I'm not actively playing, but still, you know what I'm saying. Never down whenever you are down. So tokens. It's good to see Chaos Legion packs over $3 again. What does this market look like? But is that because Hive is going up? I feel like that could be the case. Axes just so boring. No, I'm not using them right now. Just staking Axes and farming Ron. Damn, that sucks. That Axie is so boring because the barrier to entry there is just so high. I remember when I was looking, I would have had to spend $200 per Axie for like the cheapest ones that aren't even that good. And I don't know what that number looks like now, but all right. Well, we're getting some pack sales here. This is gonna be a slow drip. This is gonna be a very slow drip, I think. Maybe once they release the info or stats, that could change things, give it a little bit of a boost. But yeah. So Faded Glory, it's at $100 to enter now, I believe. Axie is boring indeed, according to Wilson. I've had a friend let me play for a few days. See, this is, again, I mean, now, do you think Splinterlands is boring? Or do you think that it could get boring? Because I think that's a legitimate question to ask, right? It's weird for me because I rent my cards out because it's more profitable, but also because I'm addicted to the game. It's so easy to sit down and just like play a match. So renting out my cards like gives me a little free time to like actually do things with my day. Because otherwise like in between videos and stuff that I'm doing for YouTube here or streams, I'm just like playing games here and there. And for me, I'm just like, okay, I have like a ton on my plate that I need to get done outside of Splinterlands. So it's like it like gives me a good reason to like step away from the game while still feeling productive because I'm earning from the rentals. You know what I mean? But I feel like it hasn't gotten boring for me yet. I can't say that I haven't burned out because obviously like I have the discipline now to be like, yeah, I'm just going to rent out my cards and not play. Whereas before it's like, I didn't care like about, maximizing DEC earnings. It was just like, I want to play. I want to play as much as I can. But it's hard to like separate that from like, obviously having responsibilities to do other things. Oh, Marlon, that's a good way to put it. It's not boring. It's though at times it's frustrating. Yes. I rented out my entire deck a day earlier than I normally do because I lost like 5 games in a row. And I was like, screw this. I'm done with this game. I'll see you all at the end of the season when it's easier to play. I think a lot of investment players could flood into Splinterlands if we get some wind in our sails because it's one of the only fun games that is well developed. Butters, I won't disagree with you, but that's a lot easier said than done. Although I will say that I agree that Splinterlands I think is in probably one of the best spots right now. Low barrier of entry for players to come in, and solid gameplay. And guys, don't sleep on the lore. Don't sleep on the lore. There's some really like I wasn't joking when I said like there's some really cool intellectual property here. So I don't know. I probably shouldn't share, but I get to read. I mean, I'm reading the lore more now, obviously because of the music projects that I'm working with the team on, and it's cool. I like it. That's all I'm gonna say. Like the lore is cool. Like it reminds me very much of like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, like fantasy elements. And I would love to see some kind of like comic book, cartoon, or TV show. Like it's good. There's the writers are doing a fantastic job. I read it and it's just like, oh, I feel like I could be reading any kind of fantasy book right now. So, and like you say, it can be addictive since the games don't take much. Yeah, I love that about the game. It's just every match is like 3 minutes, and I don't know, it's cool. So Faded Glory saying the game isn't groundbreaking, but combined with economics of it, it's very entertaining. I agree. Mohammed, what's going on? Hey, Amsterdam, appreciate the other video you just posted. Glad to hear that. Billy, yeah, it's frustrating rather than boring. Challenging in my words. Frustrating definitely seems to be the case. But you know what? It's like it comes with playing a game. Like it's interesting that I rage at Splinterlands now because I'm like, oh, this means it's an actual game. Like I'm never gonna rage with Rising Star or DeFi Kingdoms, right? Or D-Crops. Like there's a competitive nature to it, and I think that's what Weirdbeard and the esports side are trying to lean heavily into now. Zach, what's going on? How are you? Mohammed, the lore surprised me. The audio version was well done. Yeah, there's some cool stuff there. I'm really excited about where the lore could potentially go. I think, I've had a couple conversations with Nate now, and I mean, he's just his ideas and where he's like, vision for like seeing this whole thing go is really cool. From a lore perspective, I should say. Oh, you should not be losing to bots. Rent a couple of cars. I have a vid that you can rent 130 DEC and get into gold 1. Guys, check out Butters. Butters is another content creator. Burning ECR to get 2 chests with both 1 DEC on it or potions. That makes me feel sad about the game. Billy, I agree. So it's even in gold 3, right? I'll like grind and like struggle my way through a daily quest, and it's filled with a couple of potions and a couple of common cards that are going for less than 3 cents right now. And I'm just like, I have to ask myself, right? Because I'm just like, was this worth my time right now? And a lot of the times I'm just like, I don't know. It didn't feel like it. So I do hope that the rewards update that they bring out will offer some kind of better incentive. JB, DeFi Kingdoms makes me rage. How? Can't get LP working properly? Wait, what issues are you having? That's pretty easy. Actually, I shouldn't say it's easy. If you're unfamiliar with, I mean, even if you are familiar with DeFi platforms, it took me a while to figure out like how they like renamed everything and set it up. So, Bud is saying maybe gold 3 or 2 is more realistic. Nigel, would our conversation be much different if we weren't in a crypto bear market? So, Nigel, that's the thing about this game being play to earn. It's just so heavily tied to the crypto market, and now that the bull run is over, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, I think the conversation would be very, very different if we were in a bull run. But what I think the team is trying to do, and I don't have any inside information on this, I'm just like looking at this from a game standpoint, and it's just like, what is the incentive here for the team? Like, Yamamat just wants to create an awesome game, and I think he wants people to play the game without thinking about the earnings. You know what I mean? And so right now it's hard to separate that because so much is dependent on outside factors of the crypto market, whereas in the future, potentially, I would think that they want people to play the game whether we're in a bear market or a bull market, right? It's going to be fun to play the game, and it's going to be rewarding to play the game, right? Whether you're in a bear market or not. Because, you know, I could even have the wrong mindset, right? Like, I complete a daily quest in gold 3, for example, and I get, what is it, like 6 chests? And let's say I get 6 common cards, 6 common rewards cards, each of which that are going for less than 3 cents. Or we'll just say 3 cents and round up. So I could look at that and be like, okay, like right now I just spent all this time, and you know my daily quest got me 13 or 18 cents, right? If I wanted to liquidate today. But maybe that's not the way I should be looking at it. Maybe it's like, well, look at where the rewards cards were previously, or where they could potentially go up to following once they're out of print, right? And I mean, I look at this, and Charlock Minotaur probably isn't the best example. So even if I go up to like Harvester or Chain Spinner, and from a power perspective, you know, these are worth half collection power standpoint. So maybe they go up to half the value. Well, now all of a sudden, like, it's 3x, right? So I guess, I mean, I don't know how excited you get about 54 cents over 18 cents, but still, you know what I'm saying? Like, long-term value, there could be something there. So JB, you're stuck in pending state and can't cancel? Oof. I would definitely go into the Discord and see if somebody can help you. Just beware of anybody asking for personal info. Stuck in pending state and can't cancel. That might be, you might have to go into your wallet and see if you can cancel from there. I don't know, just a thought. That's why we're holding our breath for, Nigel. Yeah, I enjoy the lore a lot. Reading each character's backstory, it makes you appreciate the efforts the dev pour into this game. So, Marlon, the lore, okay. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. The lore is what gets me very excited for Splinterlands long term. Now, I'm not talking about asset prices. I'm not talking about anything. Like, this is like the video that I put out a little while ago that was just like, you know, Splinterlands isn't a game, it's a brand. it's the lore. When I look at like the dedication that the team has to the lore, right? Nate and obviously Aggie backing him from a CEO standpoint, like they're building something here that can grow to be ginormous from an IP standpoint, intellectual property standpoint. And that to me is awesome, because this isn't about, everybody's here is just like, hey, how do we maximize like the amount that we can earn and get airdrop from this game, and DEC rewards suck and all this. And it's just like, that's checkers, and the 3D chess that's being played behind the scenes, at least from my perspective, is like, oh, they're trying to build the next Pokemon, right? And we're here talking about how, we're here in the early 1990s talking about how, oh man, there's only 30,000 people playing Pokemon. Like, this game is a scam. This game is whatever. But right around the corner, you could have this IP absolutely explode into something else, right? And then it's not just Splinterlands the game, but just everything Splinterlands could be out there. And the partnership with Warner makes me excited. The partnerships with Waka and potentially this athlete make me excited, because the brand is going to get out there. And here's the thing. I grew up during a time where the nerds who played like Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering, like they were the nerds, and it wasn't like cool. It wasn't like the cool thing to do, right? Then comes Game of Thrones. Like, well, first Lord of the Rings and then Game of Thrones, but I would say Game of Thrones even more so. And now you have like literally everybody around the world talking about, oh my God, Khaleesi's so cool, Mother of Dragons. Like, I'm just like, oh, all these people were the ones making fun of like the D&D kids back in the day, right? But now they're into it because it's cool and it's done well. And so to me, that opened up this whole like fantasy genre for any and everybody. So when I think about where Splinterlands sits, like very much in the fantasy genre, like that, I don't know, that's exciting because like people can really get behind that now because that wall has been broken down, if that makes sense. Yeah, I enjoy the lore a lot. Reading each character's backstory makes you appreciate the effort. Yep. Are we at 44K? Nigel. No, we're not. When did we get to 44? Did we get to 44 last night? Understand that things go. No, we only top 43. Try that well. It's small amounts. Just wanted to try it out. Okay. I'm sorry, JB. I wish I could help, but I don't know much about it except for using the liquidity pools, and I haven't had any issues. Have you guys been watching the Twitch channel? When the servers were down last night, they brought up one of my posts to read and then gave it a huge upvote. Nice! Faded Glory. Faded Glory, what's your Hive thing? I need to follow you. It's the move and I got you. Let me know your thing, and I'll add you to my friends list so I can come through and upvote your stuff. But no, I haven't been watching the official Twitch channel. I missed it last night. Sorry. Damn, I remember when Jinchuala was like $5, $6. Everything's down like 90%. It's crazy. Our Faded Glory. Amazing. Cool. Let's do it now. And if anybody else is on here, let me know. I'm always looking for people to follow. If you're posting regularly. If you're not, then I want to read good content. Oh, Nigel, you're saying 44 is the next resistance for the upward swing. So how much of this this bullish move right here, this candle, was the Luna team or Terra ecosystem buying Bitcoin for their reserves? Because they announced that they're going to buy like $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. which is great. I think it's, I mean, obviously that's great. But that's like one organization doing one thing. I don't know if that necessarily signals like confidence in the market. You know what I'm saying? If I was going to play devil's advocate, I mean, I guess I am playing devil's advocate. I would say that we move up here as they buy, and then some whale comes and flattens the price down into the 30Ks again. Because I'm just trying to think of like what else could happen. I love the narrative right now that's happening around the world where, you know, with Russia, Ukraine, Canada, all these different areas where it's just like the need for crypto is so high. And people are finally understanding what it means to have a decentralized monetary asset. It's like the best advertising for Bitcoin right now. And I guess Ethereum and all the others. Let's see, how's DEC doing? Stuttering when you reply. DEC is the one that like I'm most unsure about, even though we have the most clarity on it. Like it's gonna go back to its peg, or it's fighting to go back to its peg. You know, so I was listening to the Matt Monarch videos, and I love his content. I love his energy about it, even though I respectfully disagree with his points. But the way that he talks about DEC, and he's like, I don't know, maybe it could go to 5 cents. He talks about how he's in this like whale group, right? Whale Discord group, and they're just like dropping things on him, and I'm just like, is there some inside information there? Does he have some inside information on what the team is potentially going to do with DEC in the future? Because that changes everything for me then, right? Like right now, all I can do is operate on what we know publicly is going to happen with DEC, and that is that they, you know, according to the white paper, it's going to fight to get back to its algorithm, or fight to get back to its peg. And Matt said that after the airdrop, they're going to let the dust settle and see what happens, right? They're going to just, they don't want to do anything to DEC until after the airdrop. So I know they probably have ideas for it, but you know what I'm saying? I just look at that, I'm just like, ooh, like, I'm so curious. Do you have access to inside information that's making you very comfortable holding all this DEC? Because I'm not comfortable, but I'm going based off of public information. If you have inside information, hook a brother up. Let me know. I want to know what's being talked about in the back rooms. Wilson, are you still in pools? If yes, when would you think would be the time to get out? No, I'm not in pools. You can see here. I mean, okay. The correct answer is yes, I am. I have like 2,000 DEC in it, so it's not. I have $12, so this is not like. I'm not worried about it. I'll probably just let this thing ride. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll add more to it. Maybe I won't. But I don't know that there's going to be like a perfect time to get out. I think we've seen this slow and steady decline of DEC over the past 5 months. Like, this is when you should have gotten out, right? Like, because look at where it's been since then. It's just on this slow bleed out. And so now, the thing is, now, like, DEC actually has some appeal for me where it's like, and I'm thinking long term with this, right? So if I were to buy a ton of DEC now, my risk on losing capital, right, is significantly less than when DEC was at a penny. Also, if DEC goes below its peg, or if it goes back down to its peg, I'll feel more comfortable than spending that DEC to upgrade like guild or things like that. You know what I mean? And hopefully I would have made something back from it over time through the airdrop. But, you know, I don't necessarily look at it as big of a risk as it used to be. Because this was the risk here, right? When I was making those DEC, when people were saying like, "Oh, stop fudding stop fudding the game," this is what I was talking about here. I was just like, I don't know about DEC, and then boom. So I sold out at this point, but I bought SPS, and SPS is down 90% too. So did I do the right thing? No, maybe not. I probably should have sold for dollars or sold back into Bitcoin, but that's just not how you operate within the game. Like, I wanted to keep all my assets within the game, so yeah. They did talk about possibly putting it up for a vote to take DEC off its peg. Faded Glory. Okay, so here's the thing, Faded Glory. That's all well and good. Like, the team today could announce that they're going to take DEC off its peg. I would bet you that would pump the price. But come August, DEC will have the same problem that SPS has. There's no utility for it. And the only utility will be to spend it on upgrading your buildings. So, and right now we just talked about how the player base is not nearly as big as we thought it was. So how many guilds are going to be upgraded, right? How many guilds are going to be maxed out at that time? I think I posted a video yesterday where I was just talking about how like we're going to be like 1.8 billion above like the intended peg of circulating supply. I don't know. But if they do give some other utility to DEC, obviously that changes things, right? And even when they mentioned that, so they did this over a period of 2 town halls in which my opinion for DEC changed and then it changed back. So I can't remember when. It was sometime earlier this year, and they said that, you know, it was when they released the roadmap, and they said, you know, we're going to look for some other utilities for DEC once the, once the airdrop is over. And then all of a sudden I was just like, oh, this sounds like very good news for DEC. I'm not necessarily bullish, but I'm not bearish on DEC anymore. Maybe it's not the worst thing in the world to hold it. But then a couple weeks later, whatever it was, that's when Matt came out and said, yeah, we're not going to do actually do anything with DEC until after the airdrop is done, right? Like, we're going to let that thing ride, and then we're going to see where things shake out, and then we're going to, find other utilities for DEC. So at that point, I was just like, okay, well, then there's still a huge risk of like capital loss. Now, if you're willing to hold on to DEC after the airdrop, even though there won't be any utility for some time, that's a risk you can take, and you just hold it through the downturn, and then maybe all of a sudden they like announce something with DEC in September or October, and they're just like, okay, this is what we're going to do, right? And that brings the value of DEC back up and gives it more utility. Who knows? In a way, I trust the team and what they're trying to do with the game. So like, there's actually less risk there from just like a confidence standpoint. I've had mine in liquidity pool for SPS and DEC for... Oh, wait, sorry. So Vilson's saying, I have around 130K with SPS. I'm cool with holding it. Are you talking about 130K DEC? Even if I lose some SPS to impermanent loss. All right, that's fair. Yeah, I've had mine in liquidity pools for SPS and DEC for 4 months. So I like the exposure to impermanent loss on both sides. I feel like the earnings have been substantial. So here's the thing. The good thing about both of them going down is that you actually have much less impermanent loss. Okay, so here, let me make an argument for liquidity pools right now, because this is something I was thinking about, right? I'm not anti-liquidity pools, and I'm not even anti-holding DEC. I just like looking at it from all different angles, and at the end of the day, you guys have to make the decisions on what's best for you and do your own research. So here's my argument for liquidity pools. We expect the price of DEC to go down, right? If we expect the price of DEC to go down over time, then and eventually go back to its peg, that's one side of it. Impermanent loss happens when the other side is not acting in the same way. But what have I been saying about SPS? I'm actually bearish on SPS short term too. And if you were holding SPS and DEC in liquidity pools all the way down from here, right, where SPS was at $1 and DEC was at 1.5 pennies, your impermanent loss probably wasn't that bad because of the fact that both assets came down. Now you lost a ton of money holding both of these assets and they both came down in value, but you're probably still holding the same or very close to similar amounts that you started with. Does that make sense? So in that way, over the next 4 months, I see DEC potentially going down as it tries to get closer to its peg. But I also see SPS going down because there's no catalyst. There's no price catalyst for SPS, and we're still going to be getting it like candy. So in a way, like, you're going to lose a ton of money in the short term, but your assets will remain the same in terms of value. You won't lose the amount of SPS due to impermanent loss that you might if SPS were to either stay the same or to go up in value. Now therein lies the risk, right? And it's a weird double-edged sword, because it's just like, okay, well, what if SPS decides to go up and all of a sudden, like, at the end of the airdrop, SPS is 15 cents or 20 cents, right? Now, I tried to lay this out in that last video. So you end up with like less than half of the SPS you started with, but you also mitigate some of that by getting the SPS airdrop. Also, you get way more SPS airdrop to you towards the end of the airdrop because your DEC numbers go up a lot. So there's my argument for being in liquidity pools. They would have to add other burning mechanisms or utility. I'm not sure how it would work if it did. Well, people have been talking about land being a potential way to burn it, and I think that that's valid. It's just I don't know how close we are to land being a burning thing. Thanks for the info. Thanks for coming here, because you don't push the hopium and we need many perspectives. Butters, anytime, man. Again, I have to keep stressing that I'm like super bullish on this game, but it's just short term. Unless Nigel is right and we go to the moon with Bitcoin, that could bring a ton of liquidity, and we have another like August or September 2021 situation where all of a sudden people are just looking for a game to play. They come in and we jump up from 30K to 300,000 players, right? Because now Splinterlands has the kind of base, it has the clout, right? People are gonna look at this and be like, oh, they're working with Warner. That seems legit, right? They're done this and that. Like, that seems legit. Whereas when people came in last time, I remember looking at Splinterlands and looking at Crypto Blades and basing my decision on which game to play on the Discord, right? Or on Reddit, sorry, not Discord. And everybody on Reddit was complaining about like what was happening with Crypto Blades. Now, what's interesting is everybody on Reddit and even Discord have been complaining about what's happening with Splinterlands over the past couple of months as we've hit the bear market. So had I joined over the last couple of months, I may have been one of those people that's just like, it sounds like there's some weird shady stuff happening here, right? Without fully understanding, just on the surface level, being like, okay, like the prices of assets are down, like this game might be dying. Like, I don't blame anybody for looking at the surface level and being like, oh yeah, like I don't know if this game is going to go anywhere. Just because I was one of those people that was looking at a bunch of games on the surface level, and it wasn't until I really dug into Splinterlands that I got it, right? And then that made me go and start to dig into some of the other games and be like, oh wait, I made the right decision because Splinterlands is deep, the market and economy is very complex, and I love that. And these other games don't necessarily have that. Rob, what's going on? How is your games with Carnage Titan? He's such. So I have not played with Carnage Titan yet. You love playing with him though. All right, that's actually great to hear. I hope he's not too expensive because I need to buy a couple of them. Oh shoot, his price is going up. But that's probably just now because everybody wants a piece. I will need to get him for gold. So I hope he's not going to be too expensive. But I'll probably play with him in, I don't know, we'll just say like 3 to 4 days. I'm just my entire deck is rented out right now. So, we'll get there. But I'll say about like 4 days left, maybe 5 days left. I'll call all my cards back. So Wilson, also, even DEC gets lower and SPS stays the same, we would be getting more airdrop points. True, Wilson. Although you would lose some SPS quantity due to the impermanent loss. But you're right. Like it's hard. You know, you're going to mitigate some of that loss. So you know, when people are saying like it's not as high of a risk, I'm not disagreeing with them. It's just I don't know. I like staking SPS. I don't know how else to say it. I like staking SPS. I like getting vouchers. And yeah, I don't know. If the DC gains any type of decent utility, I'm going to make out like a bandit. Let's go. I sold mine because I thought price was going to go down eventually. I see float that you buy from Butters. I mean, I think the price is going to come down. I mean, this is just, it's eventually going to get overtaken by supply. Even Bulldog's selling his? Oh, Bulldog's probably got a bunch of extra. Well, who is Ignacio? How many is this? This is probably like 100? I like, you think Titan will go up? Really? Icy Flow, do you like the card or using the card? Shoot. You're going to make me FOMO in right now. I need to buy 5 BCX to be able to play him in gold. So Target's saying, I don't play games, was just looking for an NFT game to invest in. Played Splinterlands to see if it met the addictive criteria. I've been playing and investing ever since. Nice. So again, I mean, this is why I'm such a believer in the game, right? Because out of all the crypto games out there, this is actually a legitimate game. Now, will it be the best game in 2 to 3 years? I don't know, because you're probably going to have a lot of other, you know, companies, resources, and capital moving into the PTE space. But right now, it's the best, and people are looking for a game. I think it stands alone. Nigel, what are you getting in DEC daily from your deck currently? I'm getting, was it 570 or so? What does that come out to? That's like a couple dollars, isn't it? 570 times 0.0027. Oh, it's I'm getting $1.50. All right, well, there goes that. Man, I remember the days when DEC was at a penny and I'd be getting $5 a pop or $8 a pop for my deck. Oh, well. I made a video of live price action for Carnage Titan, but now I'm embarrassed to post because price went the other way. Wait, Butters, what did you think was going to happen? Oh, price was falling from the sky for a minute while people were listing over $20. I mean, it's going to go back and forth. The thing is, like, if you remember when, like, Bakjira first came out, Bakjira, Uriel, like, Bakjira was... Okay, so Bakjira came out, everything was, like, in the $20 range still at that time, and then Bakjira shot up $30, $33, and I was like, shoot, did I miss my shot? Right? Did I, like... Because I needed to get... I think I only got 3 of them. I'm like, I needed to get 3 more in order to play him in gold. And then the hype died down, and now here he is sitting at $11. So I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen with Carnage Titan, but let me ask you this, Icy Flow, and actually anybody else who really loves Carnage Titan. Is he better than Queen Mycelia? Because if he's not better than Queen Mycelia, then I don't think that this thing is going to go over $18, $19. Queen Mycelia is still the queen to me, I suppose. Yeah. Icy Flow, I did not sell my gold foil. Do you think I should? Should I sell my gold foil and buy All right, so if I undercut the market and buy sell for 115 divided by, we'll just say if I get on average 13, I could buy 8 BCX for the same price. But I don't know. The gold foil Carnage Titan just looks so sexy. Yes, you should have sold it. Well, I immediately rented it out. Oh, shoot. You know what? I locked it too, so I won't be able to sell it for like a couple of days if I unlock it now. Wow, the rentals on this are so high. Maybe it's just because there's high demand right now, but still. Could have bought it back for less. Probably too late now to get it for cheaper. You know, I was looking at that yesterday, but the prices just kept falling. So I didn't want to mess with it. But yeah, I guess I could have sold it initially. Once the legendary summers start to come out, car prices will start fluctuating all over the place. I agree. I agree. See, here's the thing. So let's think about life for a second. And we're only going to look at Chaos Legion. Now, General Sloan gave you a +1 ranged. I don't think there's any way that the upcoming life summoner, legendary life summoner, is going to have +1 ranged. If anything, it's going to focus on something different potentially, right? I think they might go back to being more defensive. Maybe they don't. But what are the cards that would synergize well? Now, if, you know, what if we get a magic spammer? That'd be interesting, because then Brightwing, Time Mage, Dax Paragon, like all these guys go up in value. But I don't know that we're going to get +1 magic. Buddy's taking off. Good to chat with you, man. I'll catch you later. What time is it? Ooh, we're closing in on an hour and a half. I think I'm going to hop off soon, too. But to finish this conversation, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like, somebody mentioned cleanse. And if there's cleanse similar to Llama, I think that makes Uriel the Purifier undoubtedly like a Llama-Kron situation because of the self-heal. Just something to think about. I don't know that we get cleanse again in a summoner, just because I think that's easily... I don't know. I feel like that's easily exploitable in the same way that Llama-Kron was. But you never know. My Queen is the best support card out there. Hard to beat the 3. Queen, Goblin, Psychic. Yeah. It's fun playing. It's fun Magic Spam with green. Icy Flow, you need more magic. I mean, I wouldn't rule out a +1 magic, but then, yo, Time Mage is going to be one of the best cards out there to pair up with that card. Because especially in gold, you get the... Actually, no, you get this in silver, the 2, but then in gold, you get the... Oh, yeah. One of my favorite cards of the set, Time Mage. So you get something that buffs her up. Ooh, it's game over. I don't know. You know, let's take a look here at what we can expect from summoners. I feel like we've gotten a ton of armor repair already. Well, I guess just twice here. Not armor repair, but just armor. These three are very interesting, and they come in incredibly handy if you play the right deck with it, right? Like sometimes it's really annoying to play against Chancius, even though I know people say he's not the best, but wow, he's going for more than Lear is right now. Wow, there's only 18 available on the market. Ooh, forgot about Jin Renova too. Yes. Yes, indeed. Jin Renova will be a fun one to play. We would definitely see a pump in Jin Renova's price, for sure. Part of me feels like I need to stop buying SPS and just sell my SPS and buy cards and then play at the higher levels. D-Tough, what's going on? I think a summoner is going to grant shield to the whole team. I mean, mostly grants void and -1 range. Not too big of a step if to grant shield to the whole team. Are you talking about divine shield? Because they all... Well, actually, you know, that's not a bad guess. Because... what am I looking at here? Oh, life summoners. So you had this beta legendary summoner that gave +3 armor. But we have Lorna Shine already. Although I wouldn't put it out of... I wouldn't put it out of the question to say that, you know, they take this one and run with it too. So you get shield and... Man, can you imagine shield plus magic spam? I'd be playing life all day. All day. Fun times. How much is Sloan going for now? I believe it, and I can't stop now. $234.8. Interesting. Okay. We'll sell it eventually. I'm thinking like straight up shield. Oh, not divine shield. You're thinking armor? Is that what you're thinking? Isn't that what this is called? Armor? It'd be very similar to the beta one then, but I guess with this going out of modern format, actually with both of these guys going out of modern format, that's not a bad guess. Or +1 melee. What would that do? +1 melee? Stitch Leech. Ooh, Celestial Harpy. Another favorite. I don't ever use Sunken Harvester, and I wonder if a +1 melee would give him a little more utility. But his attack just really isn't there. I mean, what tanks have that has attack damage and range. Oh, I'm sorry, D-Tough. It was written right there, and I didn't. I knew the ability too. Okay, I get it now. Yeah, you're absolutely right, and you even compared it to Mimosa. Mimosa gives out Void, so Shield actually isn't a bad... Shield actually wouldn't be bad. You're right. I like that guess. I like that guess a lot. Man, I'm just thinking like you use shield with... There's no like demoralize on the team though. But still, you shield with like Pellicor Conjure up front, and all of a sudden, like, you're sitting pretty. Shield ability like Living Lava. I know, Faded Glory. I'm sorry. I was really thick at that moment. I couldn't. it wasn't penetrating here. But we're on the same page now. Very cool. All right, guys. I'm gonna hop off. As always, super fun to chat with you. Next live stream will be Thursday, and I don't want to get your hopes up fully, but I think Godzilla might be joining me. Don't tell anyone. It's still a secret. We'll see. I got to confirm, but he said he's free, so hopefully we'll be able to chat a little bit, do some fun things on stream. So let's go ahead. Everybody, throw your in-game username into the chat. Put the little @ symbol, and I'll send everyone a little DEC just for closing out the stream with me. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and see. Nigel, I'm waiting for that 44K, man. I hope we hit it. I hope we hit it. Faded Glory, good to hear he's well. Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear he's doing better too. So, man, how many weeks ago was that? We were supposed to chat maybe 2-3 weeks ago. Marlon, good night. For all of you guys on the other side of the world, have a good evening or good night. For me, I'm about to get my day started here. I want to hit the gym, but I'm hungry. That's the problem. Billy, take care. Have a good one. Yeah, I reached out to him on Twitter a few weeks ago. Oh, a week ago. Okay, cool. Yeah, he and I have been chatting, but you know, it's his business, so I'm not going to share it here. He just mentioned to me that he's free on Thursday, so I'm hoping he'll be able to join. Good night, great stream. Charles, good to chat with you. Wilson, just eat a fruit and get it done. Gym first, then eat later. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for the motivation. Get my fat ass down to the gym now. Oh, man. Nigel, me too. Yep. I mean, I'm hoping we're no longer on a 4-year halving cycle, because it would suck to go into an 18-month bear market. Like, I'm mentally and emotionally prepared for that, but I don't want it. I want mass adoption of Bitcoin so that I don't mind it being like a slow and steady upward grind, but I just don't want to like go down to like 20K or 15K or whatever the 80% drop would be, right? Or 12K over the next 12 months. Just because that would shake so much confidence in the system, I think. But, you know, we'll see. We shall see. All right, guys. Have an awesome, awesome rest of your day. I hope you're having fun with Carnage Titan. I will see you all in the next video. And around the game. Take care. Peace.